He's the actor turned mental health advocate, spreading an important message. Nick Bracks is known for his chiselled physique and his catwalk prowess, growing up and living life in front of the cameras. But behind the good looks, it was Nick's own private battle that proved to be his biggest adversary.
Over the past decade, the model has been using his story to challenge our own perceptions of mental health, using his platform to spread a powerful message of self-love throughout Australia. And now the model is bringing awareness to the palm of our hands in an all-new web series. And it's great to welcome back Nick Bracks to the program, joining us live from Melbourne. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. Now, your battle began when you were very young, right? Just explain this story. And at the time, how were you able to identify what was really going on?
It did. It started very young, and I didn't identify it when I was younger. It was not until I went off the rails and really had to, through adversity, deal with issues that I was able to get over it, and learning through trial and error. And, a lot of that's teachings that I bring into my work, combined with the psychology that I've got from the professionals that work with me. So, my big thing is we need education. We need education from a very early age. We need it embedded in primary school. And, that's why I've developed this mental health masterclass program.
Nick, you're a model. You're the son of former Victorian Premier Steve Bracks. All eyes were on you when you were growing up. Is that what made it, I guess, harder to reach out because you were in the spotlight and you felt like you shouldn't have a problem, so to speak?
Probably subconsciously did, but I think it's more the fact that I, like many people, just didn't really, understand myself, didn't have the resource to understand it. And that's no fault of my parents or schooling, or it's really how the system is and how I developed. But I, like I said, had to really learn from adversity, and I guess the fact that I have had that background, I'm trying to use that to show people that this can affect anyone, and there are ways to get through it.
You, along with, I guess, a lot of other people in the media, I guess, have shone the spotlight on mental health. Yep. We seem to be a lot more aware of it. Where do you think we are at the moment, just, I guess, with the mental health debate and with the public acceptance of some of these issues?
I think that it's fantastic that it's being talked about so much. There's amazing awareness. The Royal Commission here in Australia, I've been spending a lot of time based in Canada, in North America, and seeing where they're at with it. I feel like Australia's really at the forefront of what they're doing with this area. But having said that, I think more needs to be done, and we need more education. We need more tools and preventative services. I think it's got a long way to go, and there's nowhere near enough being done at the moment.
Mm-hmm. You've launched a new mental health masterclass series. It's an online series. Why is it that you think education is so vital to combating this?
I think it's critical because there are the services out there. There's psychology, there's psychiatrists, there's there's that side of it. But in terms of mass education, as I was saying earlier, we don't have that in schooling. I mean, we don't get taught about how to understand ourselves, how to have good relationships. We don't get taught that in corporate environments, and that's the area I'm interested in. I feel like we need really high quality education, and I've gone to great efforts to do it. I've teamed up with a film production company, Mezzanine Films, to really make it's like a documentary style, high quality, engaging series of modules that we're going to keep building on, and we've got practical tools that go with it, and amazing teachers that have come on board to be part of it. And I feel like that is really needed. And, being in this space for 10 years now, speaking all over the world in organisations, I've been able to see firsthand, what I think needs to be developed to get this message and tools out there.
Yeah. Now, we're getting closer to Christmas, and we often talk about it this time of the year, don't we? It can be actually a really lonely time for a lot of people. So what's your advice for people who may be sort of struggling around this time of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if you are feeling lonely, knowing that you're not alone, there's other people out there that are probably feeling the same, reaching out to a friend, reaching out to someone at work, not feeling like you're a burden if you are reaching out to someone. I think the natural thing to think is, I'm going to, be dragging that person down if I go and tell them, look, I'm struggling, I just need a bit of support, or I need someone to talk to. And many people feel that, and you're never a burden. So reach out to someone. Don't feel like you're alone. The one thing I say is the worst thing you can do is nothing, so just do something.
That's such good advice. Nick, terrific to have you with us. Thank you so much on sharing that.
Thanks for having me on here again.
Great, thanks, Nick.
Cheers.
For more details...